Okay, we got a review to do today. How's everybody doing? This is my friend Pete. We're at D.I.Y. Auto School. I love doing reviews. The reviews that I do, I'm going to go ahead and let you know, are true to the fact. If they're all reviews and I don't like the product, I'm going to tell you I don't like the product. I live out here in Moab, Utah, desert country, 4x4 country, adventure country, and I own several vehicles that are four-wheel drive vehicles. I go four-wheeling, I go adventuring, I go hunting, and not hunting as in animal hunting, I go abandoned mine hunting and stuff like that. When I'm out there, I don't want to get a flat, and I'm going to show you the vehicles we're talking about. So here's one of the vehicles right here, 1971 Baja Bug, and you can see this is pretty much an extreme situation. I got my spare tire sitting right up there. And if I get stranded out in the middle of nowhere and I get a flat tire, I'm screwed. So I have to bring some type of tool, mechanism, action to change my tire on this beast. And if we look over here beyond the 68 Fastback Mustang, I also have this vehicle right here. This is a 2020 Razor Pro XP. And basically the same situation. If I get a flat out in the middle of nowhere, or something happens where I have to change a tire and a wheel, which you see mounted up there, it's going to be a cluster situation for me to actually do that without actually, trying to figure out how to get the wheel up in the air and also change the tire. So I was on Vevor's site. Vevor is an online site of many things. We're talking about industrial tools, hand tools, shop tools, just any type of equipment that you might think you need. And well, here's an example over here. Let's go look at this thing. I actually bought that at Vevor, and it's an awesome item. So if you look right there, you can see this is actually a floor cleaner. This is what I use to clean my floor in my shop with. It hooks up to a pressure washer, and it's made for 4,500 PSI. Beautiful machine that it is, and you can actually see it says Vevor right there. So I'm very familiar with Vevor, and I believe in the products that they sell, and I bought many products from them, including the machine that you just saw. But I was on their website looking around, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if they have anything that is compact, small, that can help me when I go out four-wheel driving, or possibly even if I'm traveling down the highway or byways, or let's put it this way, traveling or driving anywhere, even in a big city or a small town. I might get a flat, I might have something happen where I need to change the tire, and I want to be able to do it safe and secure and get the job done properly. I'm going to go ahead and give you some action on this. This is called the Electric Hydraulic Car Jack with an impact wrench. It has an electric impact wrench in there. And you can see how big it is. It's not really that big, so we're going to open the box here in a minute. It says it has a lifting capacity of 5 tons. That's 11,000 pounds. The lifting range is from 5.5 inches to 17 and 7.7 inches, almost 18 inches high. This electric car jack is a lifesaver during roadside emergencies. Basically, I just said all that. It stores easily in your vehicle. Yes, it does. We're going to see that in a minute, hopefully. It can be used for at-home garage repairs. It says here that you don't have to use the tedious manual operation anymore. Our electric jack for cars only takes about 2 minutes to reach its maximum height. Anyone can easily lift their vehicle out of trouble. It will automatically stop lifting and ensure a secure lift. High efficiency impact wrench. So like I said, it does come with an impact, an electric impact wrench. Maximum torque is 345 foot-pounds. The electric impact wrench can screw, unscrew in just a few seconds. 2-piece sleeves are available. Now what we're talking about here, it comes with lug nut sockets. Now what that means is the socket is reversible. So there's a socket on each end, and then of course the machine will fit, and you're going to see that. High stability and security. The reliable cross groove design of the support head effectively stabilizes the jacked car securely. And it also says it has a Super Duty hydraulic seal system inside it to ensure that it will not collapse while you're using it. I paid $150 for this. You're gonna think that it might be insane, but if you are a four-wheel drive guy like me, or you do a lot of traveling like I do, and you're thinking to yourself, man, 150 bucks, that's really not that bad if I get caught in a shank of a situation that I need to get out of. All right, besides the jack and the electric impact in here, let me go ahead and say it has a built-in LED light, bright enough to use at night, and the pressure relief valve for manual lowering provides enhanced security. Okay, so we open the box up just like this, and the first thing we do is we get it out of the box. And look what we got there. We got a reflective triangle on the package itself. So right there is telling you that this could be used as a warning device while you are in the middle of changing your tire and doing what you got to do. Now you can see how little this is. I mean, it's pretty handy. So let's go ahead and open that up and see what we got. So as we open it, we see there's a lot of stuff going on here. I was telling you about sockets. Here's our sockets. And you can see that each socket has, it's a double-sided socket is what I was trying to explain to you. So you got two of those. And from what they were saying, it fits all the popular sizes. So there's 4 different sockets here to choose from to use on various vehicles. And the next thing that we pull out, of course, and I love this, is that it has instructions. A lot of stuff that you're buying on the internet these days does not have instructions. I think that it's ridiculous and an insane situation to do that. Look how detailed that is. That's really nice. I like that. And then the next thing we're going to pull out is something here. What is this? This is a hammer. Now, why would they send this with it? This wasn't in the instructions. I don't know what this can be. It's got a razor knife on one end, and then it's a little hammer on the other end. Okay, let's get back onto the situation. Look what we got here. This is our impact. Look how big that is. Here's my hand. Here's the impact. I'm thinking that this thing weighs probably 1.5 pounds, if that. It seems like it fits in my hand really nice. It does have a bit of a, it's not really balanced perfect. It kind of tips down, so you got to hold it with force. And as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and put a socket on. Like I said, this is a double socket. We're going to go ahead and line this up. And there's one end, so if that's not the size you need, you flip it over, and then it goes like that. And then, of course, you'd repeat your process till you find the socket that you need. So then we get the big dog out. Wow. Wow, I can't believe this. Hold on a minute. Am I dreaming here? Look at this, people. I'm lifting this up. Watch this. Watch this. I'm lifting this up with my pinky. Look at that. Now they say this is a 5-ton jack. This is 5-ton action going on here. It says that it's 12 volt. It works off a 12 volt system. We're going to plug it in and check it out here in a minute. That's amazing. I can't believe that that thing is that light for being a 5-ton action. Here's our light right here, LED. You can see that. And then, of course, here's our jack right here. And just as I presumed, you can actually, before you start jacking it up, you can unscrew this, and look how tall this thing is. And it's still going. So it's still going. Hold on. I want to see if this actually comes all the way out of here. Okay, so there's not a stopper nut that stops it, so you got to remember to stop it yourself. But look at the height of this before you even start jacking it up. We're talking, if you screw it in to where it's a safe situation, we're talking that's 3.5 inches. So that's a 3.5 inch leadway before we even start jacking it up. We're going to come over here, and here's our 13-foot cord. Now I noticed there was something else over here. Let's go ahead and look at that way back over here. And what this is, this looks like the battery. This is our battery connection. And that's what we're going to be using this on, is our battery. And it looks like you can plug this into your lighter, or power source in your car. And then I guess to convert it, you would plug it in here like that. And now we can hook it up to our battery. And then of course it's got the double end plug to plug in our impact right here. And then over here, this is where we plug in the jack itself. And then for a bonus, look what they give you here. They give you some anti-skid gloves that you can possibly use if you don't want to get your hands dirty. So now that we did our unboxing on this item, here's our instructions. Why don't we do this? Let's get over to the Baja, let's go over to the Volkswagen, and let's see how good this thing works hooking it up to an extreme off-road vehicle like I own. And if it passes the test on the Baja, you driving your vehicle down an open highway or possibly in town, this thing would not have any issues at all using. Let's get over there and let's check it out. All right, we just broke down out in the middle of nowhere and I need to change my tire. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna get my Vevor jack out, my 5-ton jack. I'm gonna set it down right there just like that. And we're gonna plug this baby in. I've already got it plugged in. And I'm gonna hook it up to my battery. Once again, you can hook this up to not just your battery, but also you can hook it up inside your car if you have a power source. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna locate our battery on our vehicle if you can get access to it. If not, you're gonna go ahead and find that power point right there inside your vehicle and use that as your power source. But we're gonna go ahead and hook it up to the battery, so we're gonna make sure that this is plugged in properly all the way. And then the red will go on the positive, which is the plus. And then the black will go on the negative, which is your minus. So we see that our light is on, meaning that this thing is ready to go. Before I attempt to jack it up, I want to make sure that we got working order situations. I'm going to go ahead and hit the up button, and it's not doing anything. Okay, we're not getting any power whatsoever. Do we got it plugged in? Okay, the light's working. Okay, see there? I don't know much about it. I'm learning just like you are. So this is our, okay, it does have an air compressor. I just heard that air compressor go. We're going to check that in a minute. This is actually our power button right here. So if we're going to use the air compressor, which we're going to check out, that would be your air compressor. And then this would actually be the power for the jack. And it does show a jack right there on the picture. The center button is for a flashlight. I'm going to turn that around and show you how bright that is. It looks like it's very bright. So to turn the jack on, what we would do is we would push this button here, and then it'll go up and it goes down. So before we go any further, I want to let everybody know that my Baja has a 15.5-inch clearance. So we're going to go ahead and attempt to try to jack this up and see if I can lift the rear axle up off the ground before I actually use this right here. This is a 4x4, and on a vehicle such as this, that would be the practical way to do it. But being that this actually travels and goes up approximately 18 inches, I want to see if I can lift this vehicle up without using this, and if it would get me up in the air high enough to get to the tire and bring the tire off the ground. And where I'm going to jack it is right here at this location. I'm going to line up my T-square just like that, and we're going to go ahead and jack it up. I don't think it's going to do it due to the fact that this is an off-road vehicle and we got a lot of action going on with the suspension, because when you lift a vehicle up such as this, you have to drop all the suspension before the tire actually comes off the ground. But we're going to go ahead and try it anyway and see what happens. So I'm going to hit the up button, and here it goes. Let's see what happens. Okay, did you hear that, people? Did you hear what went on there? You can hear a difference in the noise, and it did stop at that height right there. I want to let everybody know that my tire is off the ground on my 4x4 that has 15.5 inches clearance. Look at that. It just barely came off the ground, but it came off the ground. So now that the vehicle is off the ground, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and unplug our jack, just like this, and we are going to go ahead and plug our impact in. And it looks like it's got a little light right there. See, look at this. So I really think that's a pretty cool item that has a light here, a little light there, and over there, so you can actually do this at nighttime. So if I push the L button, that's going to be loosened. And if I push the T button, that's going to be tightened. And before we go any further, we want to determine which socket we need for which bolt here, or should I say nut, lug nut. And once again, it comes with 2 sockets, 4 different sizes, 2 on each one. And we're going to find out it's not this one, I can tell you that. And there it is right there. All right, that one's too big, these ones are too little, and that is just right. And then I'm going to hit the L and see if this will remove the lug nut. And look what's happening. Look at that. That lug nut came loose. I noticed this is a hard-hitting machine. Listen real close. Did you hear it? So it spins up. It spins to a certain RPM to build up a reaction to make that socket hit that lug nut loose. Let's go ahead and put this back on and see what it does. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. The technology in that's really actually pretty cool. Okay, before I let you jack down, I want to see exactly how high this actually lifted this vehicle with the arm extended out all the way. And I'm at the ground level right here, and they were actually right. That's 18, let's see here, a little under 17 inches, almost exactly 18 inches right there. So they were very accurate on what's going on. All right, now that we're done changing our flat tire on our 4-wheel drive vehicle, or maybe possibly your vehicle that's stranded on the side of the highway, we're going to go ahead and unplug our handy dandy, yes, you got it, Impact Electric. You saw how that worked. That's pretty awesome and amazing. And we're going to go ahead and plug our jack back in, and then we're going to go ahead and let this vehicle down on the ground to get her done and do it right. That actually worked pretty nice. Very quick, very efficient, and did the job that I needed to have done. If you don't have a high clearance vehicle, all you got to do is adjust this to the height of your vehicle. You can see how easy that is. And speaking of height, what is the lowest this thing goes? On the ground here, let me go ahead and measure that. On the ground, I would say that that's approximately 5 3/4. 5 3/4 from the ground to the pad. So that can get under a vehicle very, very low. Now, there was one more thing that I saw on here, and I'm going to go ahead and open this side up, and look what we got. Look at that, people. That's your bonus right there. If you need air, if you're out four-wheeling, let's just say, for instance, you take air out of your tires, you want to put the air back in, bam, look at that. And let's go ahead and turn that air compressor on. And there it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and close that, but look at all the fittings that come with that, and you got your T-fuses. There's an Allen wrench in there. There's different valve situations. I don't want to pull that out. We're not going to open it up, but you can see that, yeah. And then look what we got right here, guys. There's your air pressure gauge to let you know exactly how much air you're putting in your tires, so you know what's going on. So what do I think of this Vevor tool that I bought for 150 bucks? I think this is worth $150. I think that it worked awesome. I'm really shocked and surprised of how good that little impact worked. Unbelievable, because we're talking about baja wheels here, people. We're talking about off-road extreme, and you saw the way that that impact took that lug nut off with no pressure or headaches whatsoever. The floor jack itself, well worth the money. If you're out in the middle of nowhere or you're traveling downtown and you get stranded and you don't know how to do it manually, you saw how easy it was, self-explanatory. If you need air in your tire, or possibly you're out camping and you need to air up your, what we call that, air mattress. Look what we got. All right, it hooks up to the 12-volt system on your vehicle, two different ways, battery and power supply right here inside the car. Let me go ahead and unplug that. All right, so you're covered any way that you look at it. And yes, Vevor, I think they hit it right on the money with this thing right here. So whatever situation I get in, I think I'm going to be covered with this right here. I still don't know what the Velcro's for. I didn't find that out yet. But once again, this is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, looking at that hydraulic jack, that electric jack, not hydraulic, looking at the electric jack and seeing that it will do the job on whatever I need it to do. I'll be taking this with me on every travel trip that I take, and hopefully I won't get a flat, but if I do, I got my Vevor right here, ready to go to work and do the job right. Take it easy. My friend Pete, your friend Pete, right here at D.I.Y. Auto School, doing it right, because if you're not doing it right, you're not doing it at all.